phrase, if you quit, the haters win. Rebecca Quin, known around the world as WWE's Becky Lynch, made history in 2019, winning the first ever women's main event at WrestleMania. Just take a look at an average night for our friend Becky.
Stalking her prey. Becky Lynch with a missile drop. Oh no! And out, Becky Lynch!
Okay. I mean, that's what she does. But a severe injury almost took Becky out of the ring for good, and she's opening up about that life on the road as a WWE superstar, motherhood. She is telling it all in a beautiful memoir, Becky Lynch, the man, not your average girl. And she's getting big praise from two larger-than-life names in the business. John Cena says Quin's story is one of perseverance, humility, raw emotion. She's a great example of my three favorite words, never give up. WWE Hall of Famer Stone Cold Steve Austin says Becky's writing style is infectious and contagious, just like her personality, and that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so. Please welcome to the Tam Fam, six-time WWE champion, the man, Becky Lynch! Oh my God, love this suit! Oh, don't have a seat.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Listen, the suit is on fire. The suit is on fire.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. You look so fresh and so fly right now. I need to write it down.
Shout out to my man Troy who does all my styling.
Well, you're rocking it because they can put you in it, but if you don't rock it, you don't rock it, and you're rocking it. So many things happening in your life right now. We know you were born in Dublin. And just a few weeks ago, you posted a photo of yourself with President Biden, and you were with Ireland's Prime Minister Leo Varadkar at the White House. So there you are, this kid now in the White House being celebrated. Then the next night, this announcement in the middle of the ring, WWE Monday Night Raw. Take a look.
As of a few hours ago, I became an American citizen. I've always been a proud Irish woman, but now I'm a proud American.
How did that feel?
Amazing. Yeah, it's been a wild month. Because I went from the White House, had to Irish exit out of there.
What's the Irish exit?
Oh, you just get out of there before saying goodbye to anybody.
You don't say goodbye, you just leave.
No, because it's a very Irish thing to be like, goodbye, go on, I'll see you later. Goodbye now, goodbye. So you have to say goodbye 20 times. So either you just...
Ghost?
You either say it 20 times or you just leave.
Okay.
You just go. So I did that. So I had to catch a flight so that I could go and take my citizenship test the next day and then fly from there to Raw and compete in the last woman standing match in the main event.
I mean, I'm thinking about your starting out as a kid wrestling when you were 15 years old at the time. Now I have an Irish accent. Did you hear it? Years old. What is wrong with me? But by the age of 19, you suffered an injury that you thought would end it all for you. A debilitating injury in your eye?
Well, so it was kind of a combination of things because when I started wrestling, I didn't start thinking I was going to be a WWE superstar.
What did you think would happen?
I was just trying to get fit. I failed PE, and I was like, oh, wrestlers are in great shape.
Right.
They have muscles. If I start wrestling, then I'll get muscles.
Oh.
Okay, so
look at them muscles. But in the book you said...
Look at that WWE superstar right there.
That's in the making. But to your point, you write about this. You shared a journal entry at that time, and you said, I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't want the pressure. I didn't want the potential failure. I didn't want to be in pain. Like a coward, I used the injury as a way to step away without having to admit that I simply couldn't hack it.
Yeah.
So you didn't set out to be a champion. You start being very successful at it. Then you had an injury. and then you start to think, is this really what I'm supposed to be doing here?
Yeah, so it was a combination of things because I had moved over to Canada to pursue wrestling. I had been brought over to Japan. I was main eventing in Japan. I was wrestling around America. I was wrestling around Canada. I was wrestling around Europe. And then my visa expired in Canada and I had to move home with my mom. And my mom is like, she's very Irish mammy, you know, and she's very practical. She was like, what's your plan? What's your plan? What's your plan? What's your plan?
Right.
I didn't have a plan because what I wanted to do was be the main event, be the top guy. That wasn't something that women were doing in WWE at the time. That was, it was still lots of the pillow fights and the mud wrestling matches and the short segments and not being taken
you weren't getting
seriously.
the respect.
Yeah, so it was hard to point to the TV and show my mom what it was that I wanted to do. Yes. And so, but I had this thought that if I can look the way those girls look, then maybe I can come in and then I'll infiltrate it and then I'll be able to do my thing.
Like a Trojan horse.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I'm coming in.
Exactly.
Right.
But then I just started focusing on how I looked and getting abs, and I did a bodybuilding competition. And with that, I was dieting terribly, and everything was. My hormones were off whack. My body had no fat on it, so when I took a bump, I felt like I was going to evaporate into dust. Wow. And my mom was like, "What do you do? What is your plan?" I didn't know, and I didn't have any guidance. I didn't have like any one that I could look at and go, "Well, that's what I want to do right now."
Me because you said, you know, you couldn't point to the TV and say to your mom, "This is what I want to be," because it didn't exist.
Yeah.
So now you become part of building the prototype, right? Of not only looking the presentation, but physically being able to do it. You know, we had the Bella twins on and they talked a little bit about that. Let's play that clip when they were on the show.
Women have done a whole lot to make Raw what it is.
Yes.
So when you have a 3-hour show and it's male-dominated and women aren't being honored pretty much at all, you just sit back and you're like, why aren't we being appreciated?
So that's what the Bella twins said. But in 2019, you won the first ever women's main event of WrestleMania. And you're a Grand Slam champion. That means you have won every women's title in WWE.
Yeah, I did all right.
I mean, you did all right.
I did all right.
You did all right.
But you know what? The great thing is that if I hadn't left when I did, I wouldn't have done all of that. Because I may have gotten burned out. I was 19, so I was stupid. You know?
So we say
I was mouthy. I would have.
But the setback was the set up for a comeback.
Yes.
And up next, Becky is opening up about motherhood, the comeback, and all the rest in the middle. We'll be right back. We are back with six-time WWE World Champion Becky Lynch. Her new book, Becky Lynch, The Man, Not Your Average Girl, is written from decades of her own journal entries. You made history at WrestleMania, not once, but twice. And what you learned during one of your matches is that you were pregnant.
well,
kind of, sort of. Not during, not live. But right, so tell
Nobody came in to stop it. Hey, hang on. So it was WrestleMania 36 during the pandemic. And... well, let me bring it back to, it was the first show that I did during the pandemic was 316 Day. And for those who don't celebrate, who don't know, 316 Day is Austin Day. It's Stone Cold Steve Austin's day because of his famous promo.
Yeah.
And so he was out there drinking beers. They didn't have a way to get out. So they sent me out. So then I was on TV drinking a bunch of beers, live on TV, with Stone Cold Steve Austin. You know, as you do in 2020, because everybody was going wild.
Because everybody was doing it.
Everybody was going wild.
Catch me up here, because now my mind is racing.
And so, you know, that night got a little crazy. You know.
As you do
anyway,
on 316.
A couple of weeks later, we film WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I come home. And I'm not feeling good.
Right.
I'm not feeling good. And I blame it on a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
316 days.
Right. You're like, that's the longest hangover ever.
I should take a pregnancy test.
Oh. And you took the test, and you and Seth now have Rue.
We have Rue.
And Rue travels everywhere. I love it.
Yeah, if she ever becomes a wrestler.
So I love it because you literally take Rue.
So
you take Rue everywhere with you.
Yeah.
She's backstage. She's training with you. She is rooting you on. She's your coach. She's your manager. She's your inspiration.
Yeah.
It's like you're living a dream.
Oh,
You really
she's
are.
the best.
Yeah.
She's the best. But yeah, I am. I really am.
This is the dream. Well, we love you. We love you. Give it up. Becky Lynch, the man, not your average girl, is available now. And audience, I'm telling you, this is the one, because it touched me when you said, if you don't see it, you don't know you can do it. And now, do you know how many people see you and believe they can do it? Because of you. Audience, you're all going home with a